Today we're going to be talking about a group of very small organisms, much smaller than worms and also very much smaller than ants. Today we're going to be talking about members of the kingdom Protozoa. More specifically, protists from the phylum Zoamastagina. Brad R. Batdorf, in his book Biology, says that Zoamastagina is characterized by its locomotion by flagella and a presence of a pellicle. He also mentions later in that book that Zoamastagina are mostly heterotrophic, but can sometimes also be photosynthetic. They feed off smaller organisms or dead organic matter, or if they are parasitic, in some cases, they also feed off their host. Live in aquatic environments such as ponds or lakes, and they live in their host's body if they are parasitic. The Zoomastagina phylum, in general, is a foe to humanity, some of which can be fatal. This is the Trypanosoma. Sleeping Sickness Overview, an article by the New York Times, gives us a detailed look at what the disease caused by this protist, the African sleeping disease, actually does. This disease, once in your system from a bug bite, infects your central nervous system and eventually your brain, causing drowsiness, stroke, and perhaps even death at extreme cases. This disease is very hard to treat, as antibiotics are very ineffective against the trypanosoma which causes this disease. And its patients in Africa cannot afford or have the support for a prolonged treatment. The African sleeping disease is not all. According to Brad R. Batford, the Leishmania, a protist in the phylum Zoomastagina, causes leishmaniasis, a disease that starts in the blood and may result in large skin pores and possibly death. And the Trypanosoma cruzi also causes the Chagas disease. Another reason why Zoamastagina are humanity's foes is because it infects our water source. The protist responsible for this is called the Giardia lamblia. Brad R. Batford and Carl Zimmer have both explained in their articles and in their book that the waters infected with Giardia lamblia show that it causes heredity and severe stomachache. Although these contaminated waters are often misconceived to be only in third world countries, they are very present in first world countries as well. The main problem with Giardia lamblia is not in its effects, as they are not deadly. However, it's in its difficulty to decontaminate from waters. In a research conducted by April Garcia, William Yanko, and Glenda Batzner, it has been shown that 97% of water treatment facilities contain Giardia. And the problem with this Giardia is that much like how the Trypanosoma is strong against antibiotics, the Giardia is strong against disinfectants. And this means Giardia is likely to survive the disinfectant progress and still have the water be contaminated. This means this water will not be reusable ever again. In order to make this Giardia infected water reusable, additional facilities and more treatment has to be done. However, that costs a lot of money, and for third world countries who cannot afford to use this expense but are at the mercy of Giardia infected waters, are running the risk of using a contaminated water source. Enzoomastigina, which has riddled us with diseases and infections, is indeed a foe to us.